So I just got an embroidery machine and I'm making a boat and tote dupe that I got on Amazon for $12. I'm wanting to make bag tags for it, and one of the bag tags I'm wanting to make is one of my dogs. I didn't have exactly the colors that they recommended, so I'm actually substituting two of the colors in hopes that I will still get what I need. Okay, so I needed black, light brown, brown, and like a cobalt gray, but I only have the 40 spool. Instead of the cobalt gray, I'm using the 704. It's called like pewter, and this is actually going to be my first time switching out the bobbin. Usually when I am embroidering, I will just keep a regular white bobbin for everything, but this time I'm actually going to switch out the bobbin each time that I'm switching out the thread color. I'll just show you guys the colors somewhere around here, but these are all of the materials that I'm going to need for the bag tag. The thread, of course, which I just showed you guys. Then I'm using tearaway stabilizer. The cloth that I'm using, it's 100% cotton cloth. I already have them pre-cut out. I had extra foam in here, so I'm using one of the foam pieces that I have extra. My 505 spray adhesive. These are the 3 scissors that I'm using. Extra bobbin if I need it, and then lastly this little maintenance kit. So these are all of the material that I have. And well, first I need to send the digitized file to Artspira, and for my digitizing of the photo I had a credit, so I didn't have to pay for that, so I was kind of not as picky with how it should look or could look, but I think it looks as close to the picture as possible. So I'm gonna put the picture somewhere on the screen so that you guys can kind of see the difference. I'll come back and show you guys what it looks like. I'm going to do is put down my tearaway stabilizer. I always make sure that I line the arrow up with this to the one that goes on the machine. This, so it looks like this, and then I just tighten it. This isn't really like a needed step, but it just makes it easier, so I just go ahead and cut off the excess. Now that I've made it, I've transferred it to my machine, cut my machine on. Let me show you guys what it is going to look like. This is what it's going to take 21 minutes. I'm someone that has to write everything down, so I'm actually just going to stop really quick and write down these steps so that I know what order everything has to go in, because that's the trick when you're doing bag tags, is that you are like playing around and jumping steps back and forth. I'll be back when I get ready to actually start stitching. I'm about to get ready to thread the machine. If I use the 7511, my needle breaks. I use a different needle when I am doing this is the needle. It is I can't even tell you guys what the needle size is. It just has like a little pink thing like this. So, but yeah, I'm not sure the size. And you guys know you put the flat piece to the back. I have really sweaty palms sometimes. The needle's tight, and now I'm going to change out my bobbin for the color thread that I have. So that is what I'm gonna do right here. So you put it in here, as I see, you put it in backward, go around here, and put this on. Gonna go here, bam, and then okay, I'm gonna do my tack down stitch first. Drop it. Okay, I already have a hole in it, but this is what it's looking like. I think my tension, I just touched it, and I probably shouldn't have touched it, but I just put it back on like closer to 4. I really think this is why that looks like this, because of the tension, but I'm not too worried about it because it's not too big of a deal. I'm going to go ahead and spray down my fabric and do another tack down stitch. I would say iron this, but I've actually pre-ironed these, so I actually don't need to, or I'm not going to iron again. Probably do it this way, and try to get it as flat as possible. So this is what it looks like now, and I'm gonna go ahead and do another tack down stitch. if you see, it's kind of doing it again. I really did think it was my tension, but I don't know. This is kind of, it's like it's pulling, but we're here now, so we're gonna keep going. Where I digitized, they actually just gave me the steps, so I'm literally just gonna follow the steps that they gave me here. So first thing we're gonna do, we're still in the black stitch, we're gonna do this step right here, and this is where we're actually going to be changing threads like multiple times. So let's do it. Put it back on here. And now we're gonna go to step 1. This is gonna take about 6 minutes. This is how it's looking. It might be meant to look like this, but I don't know. I feel like it's the bobbin under here. So, all right, let's put it back down. See, I don't really like all of that, but I'm kind of trusting in the process here. So we are done. I'm going to... This is what it's looking like. Okay, I think it was supposed to look like that. I don't know about this stitching on the side, but I'm not upset about this. So now we are going to go to light brown thread. So that is this thread. These are the two that I'm going to use. So I'm about to now switch out the thread. I've heard that it's better to pull from the bottom than to pull through, and I really should be doing it that way. I'm going to take out the black bobbin, and now we're going to put in this light brownish looking color. Okay, so we're going to put her on here. And I don't know if it sounds like that just because it's just so much thread. So I'm kind of thinking maybe I should have used a thicker needle than this one. Now we're going to take that out. And this is how it looks right now. I went ahead and cut the jump stitch. I'm now going to change the thread again, this time to the darker brown. And remember, I don't have the dark brown that they're suggesting, or just the regular brown. I just have clay brown, and then I have this brown bobbin, and that's what I'm going to end up using. So we're actually, know better, you're going to do better. I'm going to go ahead and cut it from here. I'm going to pull it from the bottom like I have heard. Drop her down. Hate that sound. I feel like the regular brown would have been better. Oh wow, because I look at the brown underneath. I think the regular brown would have been better. I'm going to go ahead and just cut some of this because I'm wondering if that's why there's just so much popping going on. Okay, we're going to go back to the black. Cut this. This is how it's looking. I do feel like it really does look like a dog, and the noise that it's making, I feel like there's no way to not make it sound like that given the amount of thread that is in here. So I'm going to cut away some of these. I feel like you kind of could tell that it says Papa, but because it's such a little word, I feel like I can get away with it. So that's that. Now that I'm done, I'm going to cut the back. Now it is time to put the foam backing. I'm going to use this foam. Now that I've trimmed it, I'm going to spray this, stick it here, and then spray this and stick it on top of here. Stick it on here like that. Simple. And I'm gonna try to like push it as much as possible so that it will kind of, because it's wrinkled a little and I didn't like. I'm actually going to go back once it's all done and cut away more of this, but I just want to get it done. So there's that. Now I'm going to take this, spray it again, and then I'm gonna put this on top like that. Rub it all in. Okay, so now this is what it looks like. And I'm gonna go back in, break all of that down. Now I'm gonna go in, cut, and now we are going to go down with our satin stitch. And oh wait, okay. I'm glad I remembered. I lied. I'm not gonna go with my satin stitch. I actually have to cut off all of the fabric now. All this excess fabric, I'm gonna just go ahead and cut off, but I'm going to peel it just so that it makes it easier for me to cut it. And I'm going to try and cut as close to the stitching as possible. This is how it looks. Now we are going to put it back on here and do my satin stitch. Okay, let me show you how it looks after just one pass of the satin stitch. So this is what it looks like. If you look at it up close, you'll see all the white holes in it, but the trick is to do it twice. Or for me, because I see so many of the holes, I'm gonna do it as many times as it takes to make it look the way that I want it to look. All you're gonna do is go back into the satin stitch step, and you're just gonna do your satin stitch again. I'm going to do this last satin stitch and then I'll come back and show you the final product. I think my phone died, but this is the final product. I am going to get a lighter and just light around the ends so that I can get like some of the excess off. But this is the end. Thank you for embroidering with me. Come back next time to see what I make next because I absolutely love this hobby.